Hi everyone, this is Rohit from Lifestyle Mastery, and today I'm excited to have Harsh Agrawal, who has been a guest before on a podcast, and he came on episode number 78, where he talked about his blog, which is Shoutmeloud. And I'm really excited to have him on board because he's going to talk about why he started Coinsutra, which is a blog on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Harsh has been a great mentor and close friend in the last couple of months, and I'm really excited to speak to him about cryptocurrency and how investments into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency can really change your life. Welcome to the show, Harsh.
Hey Rohit, so nice to be back.
Awesome. So uh, I had no idea that other than Shout Me Loud, you're running Coinsutra. What made you start Coinsutra after running such a successful blog on a very different niche?
Right. So the story of Coinsutra goes back to 2011. I was at a conference and a friend of mine introduced me to Bitcoin, and he told Harsh, Bitcoin is pretty amazing stuff. You should check it out. I came back home and I thought I'll buy some of the Bitcoin, and that's where I landed on eBay. Apparently that time to buy Bitcoin, you need to create paper wallet, and I did not had a printer, as simple as that. And
Right.
Bitcoin was about $10 that time. And then first I was like, okay, let it be, not a big deal. It's all right. Then fast forward 5 years back, fast forward in 2015 is when I
Right.
looked into Bitcoin again. And then that time Bitcoin was about $700. And that caught my attention. I was like, okay, what is this deal with Bitcoin? And then I started dwelling deep into it. And I was mesmerized with what I found, like, the decentralized nature of Bitcoin, and my understanding of finances and money kind of gave me an edge that like this thing is going to be huge. But the challenge was still the same. Like there were very limited resources from where one can buy Bitcoin. There were very few wallet. And that's where I saw an opportunity, because I was like, okay, this is so tough and challenging, and this thing is going to grow really big. So why not start a blog as a side, along with Shoutmeloud, so that it can grow and it would help a lot of people to get on board with the Bitcoin and help them understand about cryptocurrency.
Right.
That's where Coinsutra was born. And yeah, that's how the Coinsutra was started.
Very interesting. And a lot of people understand that cryptocurrency is a very risky asset, right? And along with angel investing, I would say because of the legal issues in India, it was very difficult to buy cryptocurrency. But what are the core questions to ask when you're looking at crypto opportunity, buying into Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency?
Sure. That's a very interesting question. And I believe a lot of users actually have the similar question, right?
Right.
So one thing people need to understand, that cryptocurrency itself is a high risk, high reward investment,
Right.
right? And it is not a traditional investment where you put money and you can just sit tight that like it will make money. Well, people can approach that ways,
Right.
but it's not traditional market. Like it's not regulated by the government. So there are a lot of risk involved when you talk about investing in cryptocurrency.
Correct.
So here the user needs to understand a few things. One of them is security of their coin. When they purchase the coin, where are they going to hold it? If they are keeping their coin with somebody else's or even on an exchange, that's a big no. One should be holding it on their own wallet, preferably a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor.
Okay.
Uh, at the same time, one thing, like regarding any investment, you don't do any investment just like that. Like somebody told you like, hey, you know what, this is gonna grow, so you should
Correct.
just do the investment. That's a bad investment always, because
Right.
the moment the price goes down, you'll be like, okay, no, that's a bad investment, I should get out. And people would never look into that investment for sure.
Right.
So to understand the technology, understand how Bitcoin works is very important. Similarly, if you're investing in other crypto asset like Ethereum or BNB coin or some other cryptocurrencies, then you should definitely go and read the white paper. And
Okay.
white paper is basically a document where this company is gives all the information about what this coin is, what is the function of this coin, what is the token economy of the coin, which is
Right.
one of the very important parameter when you're looking into investment into this
Right.
into the cryptocurrency.
Correct. And very interesting, you pointed out about white paper. And do you think Bitcoin would you classify it as a currency or an asset? And also Ethereum, there are a lot of talks about Ethereum being able to solve B2B transactions, and what is the purpose of so many coins? How do we go about
Right.
really deciding what is the right cryptocurrency for us?
So the way to look at it is Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. I mean, there were a few, one or two more cryptocurrency before Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency which got the mass adoption.
Right.
And Bitcoin is always looked as a sound money because it has all the properties of what a money has. Like you and me can make the transaction. Like, what is money basically? If I have to pay you for a service and you're willing to take Bitcoin as a mode of payment, then it is a good money, right? At the same time, if it has store of value like gold, right, then it is also money, and it can be divisible into fraction, which is very important factor for anything to be money. Something which gold kind of lacks, because you can't like if I have to give you like 500 gram of gold, I need to cut my gold brick. Currently, I don't have one, but I have to cut the gold brick, and there are chances of that it will lose some of its value because of this process of cutting. So, but with the Bitcoin, if I have to send you $100 worth of Bitcoin or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, I can send you quickly. So Bitcoin has all the property of money. So it is good for investment also, and it is good for as a mode of transaction as well. Another way that you should be aware that, with the Bitcoin, you can actually make a living out of Bitcoin. Like if you want to pay for Uber, you want to pay for Amazon stuff, there are third-party services which enables you to do that as well. Oh, nice. So to answer your first question, is Bitcoin an investment or money? I think it has the property of both, and people are using it for both the reasons. Now, getting back to your second question, what is the use case of different coin? So different coins are solving different problems in the industry, like from the B2B perspective, B2C perspective. Bitcoin and Ethereum, both coin are technically very, very different in the way they are incepted. So Bitcoin is completely decentralized. I think Ethereum is also decentralized, but Bitcoin is used, mostly for store of value, for the money transaction, whereas Ethereum is mostly focused on smart contracts, where two or more parties are getting into some kind of contract. It can be executed on the Ethereum. Like a supply chain management is a very good use case of Ethereum. And then there are many more use cases. And then there are coins which are being used for remittances. So different cryptocurrencies are solving different problem. And this is one thing every investor should be aware of, that what is this problem this coin is solving? Is it really solving a problem, or they are just riding the wave or the name of the cryptocurrency? Right. So these are the few things, that would be really helpful for any investor, or even a normal user to be aware about the cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, very, very nicely put in. And, a couple of years back, Harsh, what I found is there are a lot of ICOs which are coming up in the market where, starters were using ICOs to raise funds. And I think one of the biggest challenges was in the next couple of days, there was a big liquidity event whereby the whole purpose wasn't solved. But do you think ICOs will make sense as an investment opportunity where people are not only investing into Bitcoin, but they're also looking at ICO as an investment opportunity?
Right. So the thing with the ICO is it is crowdfunding basically, right? I have an idea, and I feel like my idea is pretty amazing. I put my idea up front, like, hey, this is my idea. This is what I'm going to do. And this is the problem my coin would solve, or my business would solve. If you like to get a pie of it, you can buy a coin before it launches in the market. Right. So, and people kind of, then came the big 2016-17 rally where everyone who was investing in ICO at the initial stage was making good money, but the people at the bottom were the one who lost a lot of money. Right. So ICO as an investment, does it make sense? Well, if you are somebody who can actually go, read through the fine lines and go through the white paper, go through has in direct contact with the owner and understand that what is that they are trying to solve. Will they be able to execute it? Do they have intention of executing it? Because a lot of time people are just using ICO to raise money for themselves and not to really solve any purpose. So ICO used to be a great way of raising money, and used to be a great investment. But again, people need to be very much aware that there are at least 90% of the ICOs were fraud, and those projects never seen the daylight after the initial fundraising.
Right.
So ICO is cryptocurrency as it is a risky investment. ICO is more riskier investment. Right. The way I approach is I skip ICOs and I wait for this coin to be listed on one of the good exchanges, and then that's where I start investing. That's just my approach.
Got it. And when you talk about exchanges, are there any exchanges would you recommend to listeners if they are in India or in US or any other market? What are the best crypto exchanges and the safest crypto exchanges?
Sure. So as of August 2020, the way you pick the exchanges is totally based on the country you are in, right? So if you're in US, Coinbase, Kraken, CEX are the best exchanges. Okay. If you're in India, WazirX, CoinDCX, BitBNS is great exchange. Binance, OKX are really great exchanges for a lot of small coins, though they don't allow users from US. That's one thing people should be aware of. Okay. And yeah, these are some of the best exchanges based. They are reliable. They have been doing some really good work. Right. But again, always remember that exchanges are meant for exchange. They should not be used as a place to store your coin for a really long time. For right. that, definitely use a hardware wallet.
Right. Interesting. And Harsh, also I figured out that you do something very interesting, which is crypto bot trading, and I'd never heard about this concept anywhere. And, what is crypto bot trading all about? And should one trade, not only invest, but trade into cryptocurrencies, and how does the bot thing really work?
Right. So, let's understand the difference between a trader and an investor, right? An investor will invest money on some let's say some of the coin, and they would wait for that coin to grow 100x over a period of time, right? Correct. Whereas a trader understand that this coin is going to grow, but rather than it going from 1 to 100 like at one go, it will go in zigzag format, and they try to capitalize on this zigzag format to make more money. So rather than growing by 1,000%, they look at 10,000% kind of growth. So and the time frame is smaller. Like an investor would be investing for, let's say, a year or 2 years. A trader would be investing for few hours to few days, so that they can maximize their investment. Right. So does trading make sense in crypto? It does in some way, especially in some of the low cap or mid cap coin. Okay. Even on the Bitcoin, you can definitely look into trading, because we have seen the wild move of Bitcoin. Like, it moved to $20,000, then came down to $3,500. Then again, now it's back to $2,000. So rather than just sitting and hodling, which is a very popular term in the cryptocurrency, you basically understand that how the market's gonna move. If you understand the technicalities, you can actually, rather than sitting idle, you can actually double or triple your crypto investment by trading, okay. Right? Now, getting back to crypto bot trading is something which I discovered. I got into crypto trading, but I realized it takes a lot of time, and I have a lot of business to run. So how can I automate it? And I like automation. Makes sense. There are softwares which can automate a lot of things, which saves a lot of time. Correct. Plus, they take away the emotions out of the strategy, which is one of the biggest benefit of using a crypto trading bot. So let's say I have a strategy, and what if I can execute that strategy using a crypto trading bot? Okay. And that's exactly what crypto trading bot does. There are different kind of crypto trading bots that one should be aware of. At this moment, I can think of 3 or 4. So one of them, which I personally like, is the grid trading bot, which works with certain instrument, which is on a range bound, which is working on a range bound. So it basically keep buying and selling at regular interval, and it's generating about 300 to 400% return in a year, which is quite significant. So there are 2 platforms. Actually, there are 2-3 platforms for grid bot trading. One is 3 Commas, one is BitUniverse. So these 2 platforms are pretty popular among grid bot traders. Then there are algo creators, people who create algorithm, and you can actually download this algorithm, or you can make this algorithm trade on your behalf. Now, in my experience, they are risky. They are again quite risky, because you are basically piggy banking on somebody else's thought process. Some of them work really well in certain market conditions. Some of them, you might lose money. Like I sort of lost money because of this strategy. So again, this is something where you have to do hit and trial before it starts working for you. The third one is, which is very easy for any beginner who does not have any trading experience. They can, use signals given by other traders to trade on their behalf. So Crypto Hopper is a platform which does that. 3Commas is another platform which does that. And there are many other similar platforms which are coming up. And I'm pretty sure like in the next 2-3 years, we'll see a significant amount of such platform, which will be offering signals as a mode of trading. So yeah.
So interesting. And in this crypto bots, are you giving up the control of trading to a company who will trade on your behalf? Or is it going to be you trading, but you also deciding how much money you want to win and lose?
Yeah, exactly. So you decide. So it's somebody who's using the crypto trading bot. Okay, let's take a step back. Okay.
Okay.
So crypto trading bot is as good as a human mind, right? It's
Right.
how you see it is how this crypto trading bot will just execute your manual process in the automated way. And you decide how much capital you want to put, how much risk you want to take, what are the settings, what are your risk management settings is something that you decide. So these are some of the settings that you predefine. Think of this as like, somebody is trading based on the trend line or based on the RSI indicator that like, if RSI is low in 4-hour chart below 30 and they want to buy then and sell after a while, right? So a crypto trading bot will automate this process 24/7 without without any other input. Now that's what the crypto trading bot will do for you. Yeah.
Correct. And does it also allow you to leverage on the crypto assets you have? And like the example of futures and options in stock market, does it also allow you to leverage 2x or 5x the crypto assets you have? I know it will be very risky, but does it allow you to do that?
Yes. So understand this. A crypto trading bot connects to your exchange using the API key, right?
Okay.
This API key does not have permission. Like when you're setting up the API key, you set the permission as non-withdrawal. So crypto trading bot can trade on your behalf, but it cannot withdraw your fund. So that way it mitigates that risk of like, if your fund will be stolen.
Okay.
And similarly, if an exchange allows you margin trading, so crypto trading bot can also do margin trading on your behalf. But as you rightly said, it is risky. As it is, crypto trading is risky because of the wild fluctuation. So leverage is again double risky, which I would not. I personally like to stay away from leverage trading at this moment.
Interesting. And are there any resources where people can educate themselves on crypto bot trading so that they have better knowledge about it?
Sure. The best resource I can think of is Coinsutra. Like it's field tested, like everything that I've tested, everything that has worked for me, everything that has not worked for me is there. You can discover a lot of crypto trading bots. You can read the reviews. You can read some of my experiments, case studies on coinsutra.com.
Sure. Correct. We will put that in the show notes. And, I'm really interested in alternative investments because, you should look at all different sort of investments when you're looking at diversifying your portfolio. But how should retail investors look at allocating funds in cryptocurrencies? Do you have a portfolio diversification formula where you're putting 1 to anywhere from 10% of your money into cryptocurrency, or how would you advise retail investors to put their money into such risky assets?
Right. So again, I'm not a financial advisor to advise something as a profession, but here is what my fundamental, and this is what I recommend to my friend. Cryptocurrency is a high risk, high reward investment. And everyone should have, in their portfolio, some sort of high risk, high reward investment. The way that you should approach cryptocurrencies, if you don't have much knowledge, then just simply buy this blue chip coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum. You will be safe in that case, much better. Your risk is like at least lesser than risking on some low cap coin, which you would not be able to track the future of the coin. At the same time, you can also take advantage of index funding. There are like few index funds available for cryptocurrency. There is a platform called stakedinvest.com based out of US. So it let you invest in cryptocurrency fund, like, top 10 cryptocurrency fund based on market cap, and it automatically rebalances your investment. So
Nice.
for a retail investor who does not want to track a lot of coin and just want to invest in the industry itself, and very okay with, like, index fund kind of investing, which I think is fantastic, because you basically mitigate the risk. And if you believe that cryptocurrency as an industry is going to grow, your portfolio would grow. So that's the way one should look at. Otherwise, look at the blue chip coin. Look at some of the coins which you believe that it's gonna stay there for after 5 years or 10 years. Like exchanges coin is one of my favorite, which I believe like some of the top exchanges coin will stay if the exchanges exist after a few years.
Very interesting. And Harsh, I had Nishal Shetty from WazirX, a couple of episodes back, and I put up this question, which I also want to ask you is: do you think cryptocurrencies will really disrupt the fintech industry, especially because a lot of banks think it's they're not in favor of cryptocurrency, or maybe there's some sort of a fear. But do you think it can really disrupt like what the founder of Bitcoin really wanted it to be a currency which can be used anywhere around the world? But do you think 10 or 20 years down the line that is something which is very viable?
Right. So let's talk about fintech, financial technology, right? When
Right.
we talk about technology, the biggest challenge for any company or any industry is the disruption. And technology has disrupted every industry in every few years. Like, for example, Uber, which is basically a tech company, has disrupted the whole industry as a whole. So similarly, transportation industry, right? So similarly, like cryptocurrency industry, will it disrupt fintech industry? I'm pretty sure it would. Some part of industry like remittance industry, right? Like if I have to send money from India to US, right? It cost me at least 4 to 5% of my total capital, which I'm sending, which is a significant amount of money. At the same time, it takes about 2 to 4 days for somebody else to receive the money. But with the cryptocurrency, I can do remittance within seconds. Right. So some segment of banking or fintech will definitely be disrupted because of the evolution of cryptocurrencies. But the way I think, like, the evolution would happen, a lot of forward-looking companies or banks would adopt these features of cryptocurrency to offer better services to their clients, and that would be the real evolution of any upcoming tech. People are initially afraid that this tech will disrupt the industry, and then they kind of like marry this same technology because they understand that this technology is not going to go away. And the only way that they can, be forward thinking is by adopting this technology into their existing business.
Correct. And, I wanted to understand about the Indian government's regulatory stance about cryptocurrency. In the last 2 or 3 years, there have been a lot of stances from the government saying that it is something they don't understand, and now since March there has been a ruling from Supreme Court of India that cryptocurrency can be traded. But do you think is it still safe to trade in and invest in cryptocurrency, especially if you're in India?
Right. So, that reminds me of the time when I was speaking at a blockchain event, and I was with this panelist who was part of this panel, which was drafted by the government to create a draft bill, or basically look into the cryptocurrency and create suggest some of the regulatory measures, right? And that was in 2017 or 18, right?
Okay.
And now it's been 2 years, 3 years. A lot of things has been changed in the past 3 years. Like a lot of country like US, Japan, they have started regulating cryptocurrency. They have proper regulation in terms of how the cryptocurrency will be taxed, the regulation for the exchanges, what kind of classification it should be. But what this draft, the committee that drafted that bill, what they have suggested is like, if you, and it's a recommendation, it's not a law yet. They recommended that if anybody is dealing in cryptocurrency, they should be jailed for 10 years, or they should be fined up to 25 CR, which is insane if you think about an industry which is growing, and the country is kind of not making a decision on what to do with this particular industry. it is bad for the whole industry, for the people of that country who are into this industry. So it is a very hard time for a lot of people who are into cryptocurrency industry, as an investor, as a trader, or as even as a businesses like exchanges, right?
Right.
My understanding says like this this winter season on Parliament, probably this draft will be tabled, and then there might be some decision will be taken based on that draft bill. Will they be approved? Will they accept this as a currency, or will they still accept cryptocurrency as a part of investment like a commodity, but they would probably ban the use of cryptocurrency as a currency. So this is again something which is very hard to predict what government will decide.
Right.
But yeah, businesses should be ready for both the decision that cryptocurrency could be accepted or could be outright banned in the country. And it kind of does make sense for an emerging market like India or Brazil or Philippines, such countries. The control of currency leaving the country and the currency incoming into the country is very important for the economy to grow, right? And it's no brainer that cryptocurrency can be used to send any amount of money outside India, or bring the money back to India without the proper channel or without proper control. Now, saying that, I think government should definitely look into regulating the exchanges to make it one-stop entry and exit point for cryptocurrency to get in and get out, and they should ban the rest of the stuff. Like if anyone is dealing into cryptocurrency outside the radar, now that is something which should be banned. I mean, that's just my opinion, Rohit.
Right.
And if government kind of and I feel that like because of the regulation changing throughout the world, the people have started adopting cryptocurrency as a means of exchange, also as a means of investment. We might see some positive result from the government in this upcoming parliament session. But again, let's just keep our finger crossed and hope that government kind of decides something which is for the greater good of the whole community and not just for a few individuals.
Right. Interesting. And do you think there'll be other, different sort of blockchain opportunities in India when they go to adopt blockchain as a technology? Where do you see, blockchain opportunities other than, crypto exchanges and what other opportunities would you foresee?
Right. Right. So the DLT, the distributed ledger technology is something that is, government has actually come forward and they're like, we love blockchain technology, we love DLT, and I see a lot of use cases for DLT, especially in the documentation part, which is the biggest challenge in Indian ecosystem, like property document or the will document, and everything can be put on the blockchain. And that would ensure that the integrity of those documents will retain. Similarly, on the supply chain application, the DLT could make a lot of difference. So there are a lot of application that we would see in the days to come. And I believe like recently SBI has integrated DLT for some aspect of TRI. TRI has integrated DLT for the SMS marketing. Again, I have to look deep into it, but this is something which has come very recently, probably last week or something. So definitely DLT is there to stay. The blockchain as a technology would eradicate some of the problem of the middleman or the data integrity, which is going to be very fantastic, especially in a country like India where the corruption is so much common. The DLT technology should solve some of these problems.
Interesting. And Harsh, you have a very inspiring story because you went on to create India's biggest blog, which has got more than 1 million visits per month, and you've also created you have varied interests, and you've created a award-winning blog on cryptocurrency. What are the mental models you use when you look at switching from one industry to another, and how do you keep accumulating wealth of information and knowledge, and what keeps you going?
Right. So there are two ways I approach things. One is that I look into the passion, the thing that I'm passionate about. Now that's where I usually go. usually also means that I say no to a lot of things. And my first approach when something comes to me is to say no rather than saying yes. Because
Interesting.
by saying no to a lot of things, I'm saying yes to the things that is
Right.
already, which I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that is the one, these are the two things, my passion. If I don't have any interest on something, and if I always check if is it something which I'm doing for money, if that things come out, I kind of stay away from it, because I know, like, this would not be something which I would be able to carry on after few months or few years, because the money is not never the driving factor for any human being. Always think, like, if you have all the money in the world, what would you do next? So that is one area. And the second is keep saying no to lot of things. By saying no to the things, you're saying yes to the many things which you're already doing, or the things that really matters to you.
Very interesting insight. And I quickly want to do the top three. What's your favorite business book?
All right. I like um, I like Ray Dalio book called The Principles.
It's great.
Ray Dalio is a hedge fund manager based out of US. I really like the book. It feels like he has shared some of his real wisdom of running one of the biggest hedge fund of US. And I highly recommend this book.
All right. And do you have any favorite online tools? Example, Gmail, Slack, so.
Yeah, I love WordPress. WordPress is the CMS. If a lot of people might not be knowing WordPress, so it is CMS on which a lot of blogs are built on this CMS. In fact, 37% of the website in the world is powered by
Correct.
WordPress.
WordPress.
It is amazing open source software. And if you are ever planning to start a blog, WordPress should be your first choice.
Correct. And if you could go back in time when you started building Coinsutra, what is the one thing you would have done differently, or one thing you would have focused on?
I would have bought a printer in 2011, definitely. But on a serious note, I would not have changed anything, Rohit, because I think, like, it's a good journey of, like, challenges, struggle, lot of winnings, lot of losing.
Yeah.
But this is what brought Coinsutra to a place where it is right now, giving the right information, not trying to be everything for everyone, but rather very focused on the serious crypto investor or traders or people who are genuinely interested in to learn something about cryptocurrency, to give them the right information. And I kind of enjoy this slow pace momentum of Coinsutra and also of Shoutmeloud, because the key here is I'm not in part of some kind of race, but the key here is to give the right information to the right audience at the right time.
Correct. And Harsh, what is the best way people can reach out to you and know more about Coinsutra?
Coinsutra.com is the best place where you can read read about, you can learn everything about cryptocurrency. You can reach me on Instagram at the rate of Denharsh. That is DENHARSH. Yeah.
Sure, we'll put that in the show notes. Harsh, thank you so much for coming onto the show and returning as a guest. And I've always enjoyed speaking to you. And whenever I meet you, I learn a lot of stuff and information. Thank you so much for taking your time.
It's such an honor to be here again, second time on your show, Rohit, and look
Great.
forward to coming back soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.